Hello everyone, welcome back in our next video. In our last videos, we discussed some of the topics like what is crop, different types of crops and different agricultural practices. Out of the 7 agricultural practices, we discussed in detail the 3 practices, that is preparation of soil, sowing and adding manures and fertilizers. Related to the topic, you got some assignment questions. Hope you all had finished your assignment questions and gone through the topics very well. Now, we are going to discuss our next agricultural practice, that is irrigation. Irrigation. What do you mean by the word irrigation? The supply of water to the crops at regular interval is called irrigation. The time and frequency of irrigating the land depends on crop to crop, season to season, and soil to soil. So, watering the land is irrigation. Now, we need to understand that from where we can obtain the water, or what are the sources of water that may help us to irrigate the land. So, some of the sources are wells, dams, canals, ponds, lakes, tube wells, etc. So, these were some of the sources from where we can obtain the water for irrigating the land. Now, let's move on in the next part of our chapter, how to irrigate the land. There are 2 methods. One is traditional method and another one is modern method. So, in the beginning we will discuss about the traditional method. In our traditional method, the water from the wells, lakes, ponds is being utilized for irrigating the land. It involves either human labor or cattle are being used for drawing water from these sources. Some of the traditional methods are moat, that is pulley system, chain pump, dekli and rahat. So, this was our traditional technique. Now, we will discuss our modern technique. Our modern technique involves 2 important systems. One system is a sprinkler system and another one is drip irrigation system. These systems promote the economical use of water. Now, we will discuss in detail what is a sprinkler system. This system is more useful on uneven land where sufficient water is not available. It consists of perpendicular pipes with rotating nozzles fitted at the top and are joined to the main pipeline at regular intervals. When the water is allowed to flow from the main pipeline, it escapes from the rotating nozzles. It sprinkles the land area as if it is raining. So, this was our sprinkler system of irrigation. Now, we will discuss about drip irrigation system. What actually happens in drip irrigation system? This is the most effective and beneficial way of irrigating the land. In this system, the watering is done to the roots of the plants directly, drop by drop. It is just like a boon to the areas where water is not available in enough quantity. So, this was our drip irrigation system in which watering is done in an effective way. After discussing irrigation topic, we will move on to our next topic, that is protection from weeds. So, what are weeds? Weeds are the undesirable plants that grow along with the crop. So these are the plants which can consume the same amount of mineral and nutrients from the soil as our crop needs. So in order to provide the 100% benefit to our crop, we need to remove these weeds. So these weeds are being removed by 2 techniques. One is manual technique and another one is spraying some chemical. The removal of weeds is called weeding. Weeding is necessary since these weeds compete with our crops for the space, water, nutrients, etc. As I told earlier also, weeds can be controlled either by removing it manually or by spraying some weedicides like 2,4-D. Now we will discuss about our next agricultural practice, that is harvesting. It is an important task. The cutting of the crop when the crop gets mature is called harvesting. It is also done by 2 techniques in our India. One is manual technique. Either the crop is being harvested using the sickle or by mechanical use of a machine called harvester. In harvested crop, the grain seeds need to be separated from the chaff. This process is called threshing. The farmers holding the small land area, they separate it by the process of winnowing. After the threshing and winnowing process, now our crop is finally ready to be sold in the market. Food is our basic requirement and it is our daily need. The crop that is being harvested is to be stored for our everyday use. So our next agricultural practice, that is the last one, is storage. Grains need to be protected from moisture, microorganisms, insects, etc. The freshly harvested grains have moisture content. So we need to dry these grains before storing. And it is very important. If drying is not done and if grains are stored as it is, so it may be spoiled very soon. So in order to protect them from being spoiled, we need to dry the grains. For storing large quantity of grains in godowns, some sort of chemicals are being used. Now let me ask you a question. Have you seen your mothers storing the grains at home? They use dried neem leaves to store the grains. It protects the grains from being spoiled by the microorganisms or pests. So this was our storage process. In this chapter, we discussed various agricultural techniques. So now our last topic, food from animals. Previously, we studied about the food that we obtain from plants. Now we will discuss about the food that we obtain from animals. Animals also help us to fulfill our food requirements. We get milk, butter, ghee. These are all the animal products. So animals are also being reared on the large scale for obtaining such type of products. So the rearing of the animals on the large scale taken care of is called animal husbandry. So that's all with our chapter. Now please note down your assignment. Question number 1. What is irrigation? And what are the two methods that farmers follow to irrigate the land? Question number 2. What are weeds? How can we control them? And question number 3. Please complete the following puzzle.